What were your earliest jazz influences then, as musicians?
The earliest were like your Louis Armstrong. Miles Davis. Those are like the murals you see throughout Harlem.
Yeah.
You know, those are the people and the names that are really prevalent. Walking down the streets, you know.
Yeah. Branded on the buildings.
Yeah, even coming from my grandmother and grandfather. Even more my grandfather with the his grandmother was Creole, so he would just randomly talk about music. It wasn't something big in his conversation, but every now and then he would touch up on it. And as I got older, I think I really related more to Miles and a couple of other artists. I really can't pull the names, but I think Miles was probably my most, I was most influenced by him because he was just more dominant in a sense of the name, the sound, and just the mood of the music.
He was legendary at that time, really, even at that time when you were coming through.
Yeah, but I mean, even at that time, I mean, I really didn't grasp the concept until maybe mid-90s. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where I could really just like kind of like throw it in my car and just rock.
What are your views on the music business? I mean, you've been doing it a long time. You must know quite a bit about all that.
Yeah, I mean, well, the business is way better than it was when we started. I mean, you have more outlets.
Yeah.
You have more people not just trying to be on stage in the front lines. You got more people on the real front lines, in the offices, writing the papers, doing the paperwork, learning the business, educating themselves and trying to educate artists. Yeah. Because in essence, it's kind of hard for an artist to grasp the whole music industry concept, getting paid everything you got to do and still be creative. It is kind of a tough ploy.
It's a lot to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot to do.
Marketing, promotion, tour manager.
Yeah. You know, especially I guess from when we started, I won't say that, you know, we were spoiled. In essence, we were spoiled, but you still have some artists out there doing it for themselves. So it's good that now you just have more control and there's more entities out there that educate you on what to do. It's a little bit easier, you know, to a certain extent, especially with the internet. Yeah. You know, it's your good and your bad because as fast as you can let people know about stuff on the internet, as fast as they can download it. Yeah. So, you know, but they knowing about you. So, you know, they'll pull you out, you're doing shows, you're making money, you're selling CDs, shirts, merchandise, and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, the business is in good shape right now.
It's the best time for you.
It sure is.
Yeah. For almost any artist. But for artists like us, probably even better because unlike a lot of new artists, we've already made a track record. We done been out here tons of times, and not just here in Europe, but just touring
worldwide.
Touring on the road. You know, we've earned our stripes in front of the crowds. You know what I'm saying? Before the internet.
Before people even heard what hip hop was.
So it's like, you know, our brand is stable.
It's
you know,
solid,
people,
isn't it?
People know. They say, hey, yo, Jungle Brothers, yo, it's gonna be different, but it's gonna be funky. They gonna have a good time, blah blah blah. You know, but they know. It's not like they not in the know.
They're knowledgeable people.
Yeah, they're knowledgeable. So that's good.
JB's in the lead. I took the break because it was just as fast as swing. So with my jump rope thing, I pack my clothes, get ready for a trip. I plan my plans so my mind won't slip. Then I make some rhymes with the balls and get lefty. And get some hit, the crowd might take this. Let me dance under from another land. Go to the world as the wonderland. The African can do, then we'll achieve. To teach the world is what people do. And when I ain't trying to break me down, but I let it go with that round and round. Around, you stay around, you stay around, you break around, you see the things you go on. So keep it high, JB's coming through.
How was it to bring out the first album when you went into the studio together? How did you feel about that? You know, like, was it an exciting thing, or like, just kind of go there with an open mind, or did you have some advanced information from friends how to go about things? Do you remember how it was to?
I remember taking a train all the way up to going down.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't
a long ass.
Yeah, it took used to ride from uptown Harlem to Coney Island, Brooklyn, last stop to go. So, you know, it's a good hour-and-a-half ride.
Yeah.
And I mean, at that time, we didn't know anybody who was going to the studio making records.
Yeah.
At that time, there were only really a handful of guys putting out hip-hop records in our age bracket, and it was more spread out.
Mm.
And I think we just went at the concept of just kind of doing routines and putting them on tape. You know what I'm saying? You did have to make them a little bit more advanced as far as the sound and everything, but it wasn't like all giddy and everything. We just really doing what we knew how to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how did you, before that process then, did you have some musical experience, or were you like...
Nah, man, we straight from projects.
You came straight in.
2 turntables and microphones, break beats, you know, reel of reels, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it wasn't really too much.
But Red was a big influence. Though.
Yeah, Red was probably, he was the greatest influence, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but still, from that aspect, his greatest influence was giving us so much of an insight on the music that was being played. Like, you know, Sam was saying yesterday, you know, like, we literally got hands-on standing next to Red, standing next to Bambaataa, standing next to Jazzy J when they playing these certain break beats, you know, watching Soul Sonic Force, Cold Crush Brothers, Furious 5. You know, we watching all of that evolve. So from that standpoint, I think we did have a little bit more knowledge of what we were getting into. Yeah. But still, I don't think anybody ever saw what it would become.
It couldn't prepare you completely for the business and things like that.
Not at all.
It couldn't what it probably prepared you for was constructing music and making music and maybe...
More for showmanship, I think.
Showmanship.
That's what I think. I think more for showmanship, and then just saying like...
You even said that. You said, I didn't know y'all could go that far, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, through the contracts and the fucked up shit that we were signed to. Yeah, yeah. Where everybody else is eating off of what we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nobody expected it. The industry is set up to sell and market and brainwash people.
I feel the Jungle Brothers went through the same thing, though.
Yeah, without question.
That's right.
That's without question.
It was too deep in the music, so
it was mostly the music. The music shot off in so many different directions. Cats couldn't hold on. Yeah, they couldn't hold on for the ride.
I know you did house music with Todd Terry, didn't you? And you know he was producing one of your albums, wasn't he?
Yeah, he produced our last independent record. Yeah. And
you spread around anyway in your sounds.
Yeah, man, I think that came a lot from getting around though. I mean, funny enough, we've probably been in more European cities than U.S. cities.
I put them on the vine. They give a one big push for all mankind. I ain't nothing to it. I just go ahead and do it. I like that off the jungle down, run right through it. So when I hold the mic, I never stutter. Cause I'm a jungle brother, straight out the jungle. What's new? Straight out the jungle. I want you to run straight out the jungle. I want you to run straight out the jungle. Quiet, but with the start of a rain, I write some rhymes. Homes and sisters, but I'm going around my neck, just black and white. It slows the home. A 3 black space, but I fear for fear. Love fears me. Out of 10 was it lying? The first AG. You know I'm calling in the hardest, long, yeah. I got